When I first started reading Shakespeare's work back in high school, I had a difficult time with the words on the page. And it wasn't until I went to a library and checked out an album, a recording of Shakespeare's plays, that things started to make sense to me. So when I heard the words being read the way they were supposed to be, the play started to come alive. So this last year, when my seniors read Hamlet, I tried a variety of approaches to the text. Sometimes I would have the students read silently. Sometimes I would have them break up into small groups and try to read it by taking parts. Sometimes they would read the book while they watched a video performance of it. And then also, sometimes they would read along with an audio recording of the play. After they were finished, I had the students rank the usefulness of approaches on a scale of 1 to 5. I admit I had a couple of biases coming into this thing. Number one, my own background would lead me to believe that all students would learn better by reading along while hearing audio, as opposed to reading silently, for instance. And secondly, I thought there was one group of students in particular who I call audiophiles who would benefit most from this approach. So I was a little surprised when audio only was rated the least effective way to deal with difficult text. I thought that because students were more audio friendly these days, like you see so many people with their MP3 players hanging out of their ears in schools, for instance, that they would find audio to be an even more efficient way to deal with the text than reading the words on the page themselves, but that wasn't the case. Reading in small groups was the next most effective way of dealing with difficult text. Reading silently was the next most effective way of dealing with difficult text. On a scale of 1 to 5, the average student score was 2.96 as far as rating it as an effective technique. I suppose it should have been no surprise, but even more effective for my students than reading silently to themselves was watching a video performance of the play without any book in front of them. Even more effective was reading a book while watching the video. As you can see, this one seems to be significantly more effective for my students. Well, video may have killed the radio star, but it warmed my heart anyway to see that the students felt that reading the book while just listening to the audio was even a little more effective than reading the book while watching a video performance of the play. But the most effective technique, as it turned out, was watching the video after completing the text. Okay, so this is probably not the most scientific of measurements, but I wondered about who would learn best when difficult text is delivered through audio. And I was particularly interested in the students that I call audiophiles, and how I determine this are the habit that students have of walking into the classroom, always being connected to their MP3 player, or always plugging in whenever possible. Those are students that I think, or at least I surmised, would learn better through audio. And as it turned out, they did. They rated reading with the audio higher as a subgroup than the rest of the class. So the audiophiles felt that it ranked 4.33 on a scale of 1 to 5 of effective ways of dealing with difficult text. The rest of the class, on a scale of 1 to 5, felt that reading with audio rated an average of 3.46.